Poems of Narad. From Towards the Life Divine, Part 1. Journey scarce begun, the soul's dark night revisited. How easily the denizens of doubt gain entry to the all-receptive brain, or when the body, weakened or worn out, acquiesces sullenly in pain. Suddenly we cannot recognize the entity that slyly casts its spell. Our soul's resistance gone, the light denies. This foul and frequent visitor from hell. Thoughts too dark, words too vile to speak, come rushing past our lips. Amazed, we hear a voice that is our own, and wreak self-destruction in tortured moments crazed. Ranting at this parody of God that dreams of heaven with feet encased in mire, a being divine yet lower than the clod, half animal who burns with inner fire. We must pass through, although the channel narrows, and sudden rocks appear beneath our keel, or from time's shore there fly grief's tainted arrows. But darkness intervenes, and night we feel as a protecting veil or dark embrace. Perhaps in morning, when the constant sun reclaims the earth, we shall gain strength to face the perils of the journey scarce begun. Remould this dense, resistant clay. It was not a time for singing or for song. Tears like burning solder stung my eyes. I dragged myself unconsciously along beneath the deluge of the monsoon skies. One came upon me like a brazen thief and snatched my joy as from an open purse. Pain, as I had often known, and grief, as he lifted poems still in my soul, and worse, stole the muse that long had guided me. I walked uncaring in the pelting rain, as a swimmer drowning in an angry sea. A sadness deep, unbearable my pain. Silver arrows tore into my feet, as I traveled roads no rain could ever clean. I find this transient life so bittersweet, with the enigma of the unforeseen. When I was young, I heard the dying scream of a wounded hare bleeding by the road. I hear it still in waking and in dream, and know death's agony to be life's goad. But the leash of the subconscient stretches far and holds us captive in our ignorance, circumscribed by passions, wants bizarre, fulfilled at the yearning soul's expense. We give undue importance to a mind incapable of silence to receive incoming truth, and to the light so blind and at the end, in breathless silence, leave. Now all my heart cries out, its breaking heard by none except the witness of the way. I seek through love to find the ennobling word that shall remould this dense, resistant clay. From the deepest seat of will, motionless like a deer in blinding light, I stood transfixed by sorrow, unable to move, to see beyond my loss her body's flight to the sanctuary of eternal love. Now, silently, I call, and in the still and pain-filled night, aware of thy reply, there surges from the deepest seat of will a gratitude that shall not fail nor die. Yet I must overcome the weight of years that press upon this envelope of flesh to conquer my desires and my fears, lest they my striving heart and soul enmesh, and I, unable to breathe and grasp for air, am drowned by grief and haunted by despair. Questioning soul. Healing now, a slow and peaceful rest, free from the onslaughts that define the day. I turn to the welcoming arms of night, to sleep half conscious as my body lay questioning in dream that complex time when truly what I am I cannot say, or even what shall be clouds my thought. I have become a wavering dot, a stray persona wrapped in an enigma's cowl. No longer can I voice the soul's desire, and the presence in my heart that came to stay is dimmed now. For what do I aspire? Nothing of the self. Night in silence tenders me brief peace and marginal release. Distracted from my thoughts of thee, I live a moment in unease, unable to secure the peace, unable still to calm the mind, the poignant memories to cease, and sorrow's legacy rescind. In the ashram's atmosphere, I kept a silent vigil in my room. Dreamless through the night I slept, distanced from the closing gloom. Alone now in this land of trees, where birdsong fills the fragrant day, remembrance of such times as these wings back to me, and I delay the journey that the soul must take. As grief upon the cleaved heart reigns, the inner being seems to break, and nothing of the self remains. Namaste.